Hey guys, I am down in Cabo San Lucas, and I was thinking about something that my daughter asked me a little bit ago. She said, which I thought was very astute, because she sometimes sits in my office and she listens to me work, and I'm really cognizant of that, of being a stand for her, of what is possible for her in her life, and modeling healthy behavior that will allow her to be whatever she wants to be in this world. And she asked me the most profound question. She's 9 years old, going on 80. But she asked me the most profound question. She said, how did you create such a great team of people around you? And I said, well, that is a great question. It's extremely intentional. It starts with you being clear about the types of people that you want to work with and the culture that you want to create at your company, and being so clear in that. And then the next piece is really communicating those standards to everyone at your team, everyone in your team, everyone that's coming into your company, everyone out that you're looking to hire and recruit. We are very clear about what it is like to work at our organization. We are also very clear that we are looking for the 1%. It is not for everybody. Not everybody wants to operate at that level, and that's totally okay. I have no judgment. Not everyone is cut from the cloth that I'm cut from, and they're not bad, they're not better. It just is what it is. It's like, do you like pistachio ice cream or vanilla? Whatever. The second thing I said is, once you establish that culture, you need to make sure that you align your organization with those types of individuals, and that you have really clear expectations for the results you expect them to achieve, and also that you are setting boundaries about what you will tolerate and what you will not, and holding to those boundaries. This is just like parenting, right? Like, you have to be really clear, like, this is what I expect. You have to hit the mark. If you're having trouble, we will support you, we will coach you, but we will not tolerate that. And that sometimes means being willing to let go of really awesome humans that maybe are just not cut out for this type of environment. But you have to set that standard. And when people fall down, give them an opportunity to rise. But if they don't rise, you got to cut them loose. Because when you have low performers on your team, or people who turn toxic, generally one of the behavioral patterns of individuals like that is they will go around and try to get everyone on their side to justify why their lower performance should be acceptable. And it will become your fault because they will blame you. They will say all the excuses in the world of why they couldn't hit your completely unreasonable marks. But I have to tell you a story about this, where I really figured this out. I had a team member, I had actually a specific position that we had put 3 or 4 people in. And person after person, they failed at the position. And they were all saying the same thing. They had the same battle cry. You're making it too difficult. You're not clear. You're not setting people up to succeed. This doesn't make sense. I can't get it done. But then when I would look at their performance and the performance markers we track to understand what's going on, they weren't really putting in the time or effort to even get the result. So out of exasperation, one of my high performers said, I'm just going to take over this department. Turned out that in her taking over this department, she's like, I have no idea what these people are bitching about. She said, it takes me 5 hours a week to manage this department to high performance. And what I learned from that is, it's not necessarily that what you're asking is too much, or that what you're asking for is too difficult. The standards you're setting are too difficult for them. The requests that you're making, they are not either able or willing to achieve. And so I learned a really valuable lesson in that, because when someone now tells me that they can't achieve what I'm asking, I now have this marker to say, is it that it's too difficult and that my expectations are too high? Or is that it's too difficult for you and my expectations are too high for you? And if that's the case, then we either move them to a different position or we let them go. Because the truth is, whatever you desire is possible. And don't ever let anyone convince you to lower your standards for anything. Because that's not what epic high performers do. We don't lower our standards. We help people raise their game to meet them. And if they're not willing to do that, then they're just not your people. And sometimes that doesn't make you very popular. But you know what it will do? It'll help you have an epic company. It'll help you provide epic service to epic humans that deserve that. So that's how I answer that question for her, is that I'm very clear. I set boundaries. I expect people to rise to them. I help them rise to them, as long as they're willing and capable. And if not, I cut them loose, because I'm not willing to alter my standards and beliefs as a CEO. I hope that helps.